Hello and welcome to the final Siren. How good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate. The levels, I might be blowing the levels off the mic here, mate. We're wearing the matching Bash Brothers shirts.
Yes.
We're looking like twins. Oz. Oh, mate, it's been a while.
Yeah, look, it's been a long time. And all I'm going to say is this, Duck. I'm not saying it's about juju. I'm not saying it's about positive fortunes. But every time we're in the room, we get up.
Yeah.
So I was very confident coming in today.
Yet to lose in the room, mate. Yet to lose in the room.
Just go through the emotions, mate.
Well, mate, let's talk about the first quarter, which was, I mean, I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. Literally, I would say our best quarter under J-Lo.
Yes.
I would say nearly our best quarter of football. Jeez, I was thinking maybe back to North Melbourne round 1, 2019. The Darty McCrafty game where he kicked 6. Look, it was just unbelievable, mate.
Yeah.
8 goals 2 to 3 goals 2.
Oh, it was epic.
And Eagles kicked the first goal, and straight away the thoughts are, oh no, here we go. And it's just like bang, 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 and it's goal after goal, and it's showing the absolute peak of what we can achieve when we have everyone firing on all cylinders, mate. And I know we're going to talk about a number of players, mate, but there's 3 guys I really want to shout out. Doctor Who, aka Dr. Y, aka Darcy Tucker, the man who's had a little bit of a quiet month getting back into it. It's been a bit injury prone. We've persisted.
Yeah.
10 disposals in the last quarter, mate.
Straight out of the TARDIS.
Straight out of the TARDIS, cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Yeah.
Mate, he's got the magical screwdriver. Is that what they do in some like piece of paper thing? Doctor Who, weird show. But, mate, spleen rupturer as well. Spleno, mate.
Good.
And get around the Spleno shirts.
Yes.
Spleno's had 11 disposals and absolutely had it on a string, was involved in a number of clearances, number of goal assists, number of tackles. Everything's going his way, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. And the half forward, mate, we know. And Tucker got moved. He was wing half forward. He's been playing a half back, mate. That half forward, that dead man's land, you know, that place where footy players go to die, unfortunately. Half forward, hardest position to play in the game. And they've absolutely stood up in the last quarter, mate. And banners in the first quarter. 7 disposals.
Oh, boy.
Kept Kelly quiet. Like, just absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cut one in the guts, mate.
Got a rib tickler.
Yeah, got a rib tickler as well.
Be interesting, yeah.
But, mate, that first quarter, just going back to it. All right, so Tabs kicks 3 goals.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
David Mundy, Siren are both on fire, mate.
Class.
And they're just unbelievable in that just the way the ball was just moving around, pinging around, hand passing forward, running in waves. You know, the back line were defending really well, but we just had the ball on our terms.
The interesting thing I found was the fact that even though centre bounce, we weren't necessarily winning the centre bounce, we were just able to nullify and then get the ball moving forward. And just as you said, the ball was pinging around and then we were just able to have clean hands and getting it out. One of the things I know you're going to talk about in a second, but I just want to quickly allude to it, leading to the ball carrier.
Yeah.
And it's so much different seeing the boys lead to the ball and then just easily being able to split that gap and then being able to kick good goals. Like we weren't necessarily on pockets. Although, having said that, Tracy's snap around the corner was a bit of a special.
Mate, we were 11-2 at three-quarter time, you know, and we end up 12-7, so 1 goal 5 in the last quarter. We dominated that last quarter as well. You say what you want, but we absolutely dominated that last quarter. The ball was in our forward half a majority of that quarter as well. And look, realistically, it was a game of 2 halves. We dominated the first quarter and the last quarter, and they dominated that middle period. And we were just able to make the most of our opportunities. Collier's goal in the third quarter, right at the end, crucial. Just stop that run on.
Yep.
And Sarong's goal in the last quarter, mate.
How did he kick that? I'm still confused.
Well, everyone stopped for a while. The ball did go out of bounds. Like, fair to say, we're
reverse dockery.
Reverse dockery. Yes, very reverse dockery, mate.
The KPIs. We talk about the KPIs.
But I'm putting this on the table. Sarong's goal.
Yep.
1, best Derby goal. All right, best Derby goal. Think of a better one off the top of the dome. Maybe
it reminds me of the Mods goal. The old.
That's what I'm talking about, mate.
It's
because the Modric goal. What the Modric goal is the defining moment in our history.
Yes.
Where it was like, no longer will we be beaten up. No longer will we get flogged in derbies. And you know, it's been a long time between derbies.
Line in the sand.
And that Sarong goal was the moment that it switched. And, you know, like we talk about this, it's quite an interesting thing to think about because Dockers and Eagles will always bring a lot of pressure, a lot of heat. They'll always bring the best that they can in derbies.
Yep.
So in the end, in derbies, the best side wins.
Yep.
The best side wins. Now, every now and again, you get an upset, but I think this is the true trajectory of the club, that we're on the up. and there may be another team that we just played against that are slowly just trickling down. But don't count them out. But look, mate, the Dockers, no Fife, Brayshaw, no Brayshaw, Walters,
Cox,
mate, the list goes on.
Yeah.
You know, Lob,
Lob, yeah.
Hamling,
Hamling.
Chapman. You know, like we're missing a number of our best 22, maybe up to 9 of our best 22, mate. And we come out and we absolutely play a great quarter of footy. We hold on, we hold tight, and then we bounce back in that last quarter. And, you know, I think it ended up being 2 goals, 1 to 1 goal 5. But I just thought, oh man, that last quarter, in particular, and I don't know. There's probably heaps of Dockers fans out there where it was a release of energy at the end.
Yes.
You know, it was. Yes. Because we're in the first quarter at quarter time, didn't know what to do.
No. So I was saying to Wardy, shout out Wardy, how you going? And Bretto as well. I'm really not sure how to react after that first quarter. We were confused because it was, I guess, what we were hoping for. You know, this is what the team can produce. This is what they're capable of doing. And then when you see it actually come together before your eyes, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
Is right now? Are we actually playing this type of football? It was fantastic to see. The boys were up and about. But what did we say? If you build it, they will come. If you get the crowd in, the crowd lift the boys, and we've been saying it for a while. And it just goes back to the idea of being able to fill the stadium with Dockers supporters who are just hungry for success, and it just drives the boy. And I honestly think that the crowd played a massive part in that today. I thought it was fantastic. The noise of affirmation was great too. But go back to the KPIs. We talk about the KPIs on the Purple Rain. Again, go through those KPIs.
So three clear KPIs for Dockers to win any game. Number 1, we have to kick accurately. Number 2, opposition have to kick inaccurately.
Tick.
Number 3, umpires have to give us a slight favour.
I thought that was a bit of a tick today.
I think it was as well. There was a number of times where I think Adam Cherry got caught holding the ball and there was push in the back, and I was like, oh man, like, that's a good one. I mean, ball out of bounds again, that was. I mean, that usually doesn't happen. And then things like the Pierce fingertip. Pierce is the only one giving it this one. Yeah. Little fingertip on it. The Kennedy goal.
Genetics helping us out there.
Now, can we give a tip to youngsters? Whenever you kick that goal like Kennedy did, there was a point, just celebrate. The goal umpires don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There was no score review.
Yes.
You could not see the angle. So celebrate.
Yes.
Give it this one, and then go from there.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
How you going?
All righty. Well,
congratulations.
Thank
you.
Yes.
The podcast pros.
The podcast crossover. Jeez, it's a podcast crossover that we were waiting to happen. David Mundy, mate, the ageless wonder. How you going? How you feeling after that one, mate?
Yeah, pretty ecstatic, to be honest. It's been a long time since we've won a derby, obviously, and we've got an almost entirely new group since the last time we won one. So, it was a fantastic fighting effort by the boys. We obviously jumped out the blocks really well, and which were challenged, which we knew that West Coast would, and to stand up in that last quarter, the last half of that last quarter in particular, was really pleasing.
Mate, character. I love character. I love it when boys dig deep. And I thought today was a true testament to what the team is about. Just, we've got a number of players out, but just to see everyone play their role, I mean, especially being the leader out there, all amongst leaders, that you must have been pretty proud of the effort of the boys.
Yeah, it was incredibly exciting to have different kind of guys, particularly through the midfield where I play mostly. So guys like Sam Skowski and Bailey Banfield, Connor Blakely, Brett Bewley, spending a lot more time through the midfield. James Aish a little bit today as well. So they bring a vibrancy and a newness to the feeling of the midfield group, and I thought they played their role really well.
And just the on Switter being in the centre clearances, mate. How did you feel about that? I thought he was just an absolute bull at the contest. Something different.
Absolutely. And he brings that spark and energy, like I said, and he's incredibly quick. Like, he gets to the top speed in the blink of an eye. So, I thought he really put the West Coast midfield under a lot of pressure. I'm
really glad that we got up, not just because it's West Coast Eagles, but milestone time. Okay, and fantastic the boys got up for you. Seeing you dob that goal was just... It was just watching poetry in motion again. Like, obviously, you've got that technique. It's so straightforward yet beautiful to see. Surely you're hammering the boys. Just get around me, guys. This is how it's done.
Just give me the ball. It was obviously nice to get a little bit of the ball early and to get that goal. Really, I think that really kick-started particularly me into the game. There's a lot of pre-game stuff with organising family and the Guard of Honour and things like that. It was really... it's really quite emotional and quite a hard thing to kind of navigate through during the week. So to come out and I think they kicked 2 pretty early goals and for the team to get really grounded after that and anchored and stick together was really great.
Yeah.
Mate, what did you say to the boys at quarter time? Because it didn't work very well, but what did you say to them?
There was obviously a little bit of argy-bargy in the first quarter,
yeah.
and Dean Margette's actually come over and grabbed me as the captain today and mentioned it and said, boys just need to calm down. I'm pretty sure he said the same thing to Luke Shuey, the West Coast captain. He said, just tell the boys to calm down a little bit, particularly when you got the ball. There's crossing the line a little bit. And I've never had that from an umpire before, so I thought it was prudent to pass that on.
Yeah, look, interesting. What I will say, though, is, again, from a supporter's perspective, I like seeing everyone get around each other. And it was clearly, no, you're not going to push us around. Like, just stuff off the ball, like little bumps and stuff that, can you accept it and watch it go on, or can you step in and help out your teammate? And I think that just goes back to what we were saying before, the idea that we're there, or you guys are there for each other, you're getting around each other. And we've got this nucleus now that I think is potentially sustained success. It's really quite exciting to see. Do you feel that?
That's certainly the hope. And I think that's what the high expectations are being built off. And so when we have performances like last week and a few others throughout the year, that builds frustration. And I understand that, but I think that's a good frustration to have because we have such high expectations of each other. But today in particular, we really stayed connected and supported each other well and remained anchored in the moment, I feel like, and we're able to adjust in game to whatever the game was throwing at us.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that last quarter, mate, and the boys and their efforts? Because Eagles were coming. They kicked that goal at start. It's a score review. There's a little bit of deflation, but then it's kind of switches around. I thought we dominated the last quarter in particular. So how did you feel about that one?
Yeah, certainly in the third quarter they were coming. And they really threw caution to the wind, particularly around the stoppages. They got moving a fair bit. Nick Nat started getting on top and hitting it around a little bit. So at three-quarter time, the mids in particular really had a chat to each other and said we need to stick our body work and be much better on the ground, but we need a bit more from our ruckman as well. We're creating a bit more of a contest. And I think the whole team really stood up in that last quarter. As you mentioned, it felt like we were on top in the game. And when they got a bit of a run on or when they looked to kind of get out a little bit, I felt like our backs really stood up and saved us a few times.
Yeah, nice. Look, we talked about, Duck suggested that maybe Sarong's goal is the goal of all derbies.
Yeah.
I think it's up there. Well, you've seen a lot of goals in your time here in derbies. If you were to cast your mind back, what do you reckon? What's the...
The emotion of immediacy wins, doesn't it? This goal, because it was so immediate and it was in such a pivotal time, and how quickly he ran off, so no one could catch him. I was right next to him when he kicked it, and I couldn't even catch him until we got back to the CSP. So, it was an incredible goal, absolutely.
And mate, seeing the likes of like Brandon Walker and even young Mitchie Croden and Bailey Banfield play a really great game, and Darcy Tucker in that last quarter in particular. How does that make you feel as one of the leaders? Yeah,
I thought they really stood up. They all had really pivotal moments where they won a great contest, or were one out or up against it in the flow of play, and they really stood up and did the basics really well. I thought, particularly Brandon Walker, the Don, he's amazingly quick, isn't he? He just goes, and I thought he was really clean and efficient tonight.
The Don, you have to talk us through that nickname.
Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. Right.
Don.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
One of the great nicknames to have as an Australian. Mate, I know you just said the immediacy thing, but in terms of derby wins, that's got to be right up there.
Well, yeah, it's been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So to compare them, I was just speaking with Alex Pearce, and his first derby was the derby way back before West Coast started their current run.
Oh, yeah.
That we just ended. So that was the derby to even the overall ledger.
Yep.
And obviously we've fallen a bit behind in that way at the moment. But I think the only guys in our current squad to have won a derby are the Duck and myself, Matt Taberner.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, it's nice to get another one.
Now, random question. You don't have to be modest here. Are you a sniffer of Brownlow, you reckon?
No, maybe up until around 10 and then I park the bus a bit.
So it's such a positive thing for the fans out there now. Like I know obviously you're an older head, so you get it a bit more in terms of what this means for the fans. Like tomorrow when we go to work, I'll go to work and I'll wear my Freo gear. And I'll be very modest Freo fan. I won't say anything. I'll just walk in and I'll have my Freo vest on and maybe this hat and just roll around. But what does it mean for the fans, the 50,000 out there that are supporting you guys? Yeah,
tonight was an incredible feeling. It's been a long time since we've had a crowd that big. In particular, our first derby this year was an empty stadium, and that was bizarre. That was so strange. even a hostile West Coast crowd is preferable to an empty stadium.
Yep.
So, and I mentioned it after the game on the field, but our supporters and fan base have been through so much in the last 18 months with COVID interruptions and no games and lockouts and things like that. So, I think it means a lot for everyone. We speak about it a bit at the club as well. We feel the losses and ride the wins a bit as well. And one of our great challenges as a young group is to try and remain fairly stoic throughout those ups and downs and try and even out our performances and emotions. So if you want to take that on board, good luck.
Now, last question, mate. Weirdest unit at the club?
Matt Taberner. Without a doubt.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Dave Mundy, thank you very much for getting on board the final Siren, mate.
Yeah.
Great work with the podcast as well, mate.
I love it.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we'll have to have a cross pod at some stage.
Oh, definitely. Tee that up, guys. Dave can ask me about my footy career. All right, cheers. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Great work, mate. Yeah, so Mundy may get a Rising Star nomination for once in his life.
Oh, look, you think so?
Mate, how good's that? He's going to go past the great Pav, Eagles Pav. Mate, he just keeps on kicking. And he was unbelievable in that first quarter in particular. Mate, just the scenario now.
Hit me. Beautiful mind.
We win and either Giants or Essendon lose.
Yes.
Now, the Giants are playing Carlton at Marvel, so who knows what's going to happen in that game because, I mean, Carlton are...
95 points.
Well, no, they're very spasmodic. And Essendon play Collingwood, and Collingwood won't lay down in that game because they are rivals.
Let's go Pies.
So let's go Pies. Let's go Carlton. And then we play St Kilda. Obviously, not time and date yet to be confirmed, but I'd say we'll probably be Sunday at about 3 o'clock. Lock that in.
Yes.
Yeah, probably the case. So, what a way to... I tell you what, if both those teams lose and then it's down to that last game, mate.
We're a sniff.
I'd love the shotgun start on the Sunday afternoon, all three teams.
Yes.
All start kicking off at the same time. I don't know if there's enough grounds in Victoria to do that, but, maybe we can go to Optus Oval. Princess Park. What's that called? Visi Park.
Park.
Mate, imagine that if we went out there, played St Kilda out there, or played them at like Waverley, their home ground.
In front of some houses.
Oh, mate. Fantastic. But
mate, what a weekend of sport. Obviously, quick shout out to the old Higgins Park under 13s tennis who won the pennants today. Well done. Luca in a bad back managed to win it. And then obviously today, more importantly, just to get the old duck up the back there, mate, just to...
Mate, it's just...
Get the monkey off the back. Get the monkey duck.
It's been so long, mate. It's been so long. And it's been it's not necessarily a barrage or anything like that, but like it was our time was coming. And then I think it was the end of 2015 that the Eagles won that derby by about 80 points. I feel like they smashed us. I should look it up on AFL tables, but... It's been that long between drinks, mate, and we've never done a podcast
where we've won a derby.
So
mate, the reverse juju, Gonski.
Everything's turning, mate. Yeah. Everything's coming up Millhouse, aka Dockers. So, look, mate. I mean, like I said, I think the Sarong goal that's a Modra moment. I think the guys like Walker, Collier, Banners, Splino, Darcy Tucker.
There's another one in there, mate, and it's a lot of people might say it's a non-moment, but the double tackle by Josh Tracy at a crucial moment on that wing there was critical, where he just forced that 50-51, got him to ground, then he just recovered very quickly, and then the tackle. That was a pivotal moment in the game. Do yourself a favour if you've got an opportunity to...
It's about 5 minutes to go in the game. 5 minutes to go in the game. Out on the outer wing.
Yes.
Oh, mate, unbelievable, that one.
Yes.
And, mate, Oz, it's just... I don't know, like I don't, like when we do this, I'm so tense all the time and we're up by like 40 points and I'm still tense, like what's going to happen? And Dockers, mate, we'll always keep you watching, mate. We should be on prime time because we'll always keep games interesting.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm just ready to go home and chill out, mate, I think might be the case.
Alrighty.
All right, guys, on that note, we might wrap up. Sorry, we just got Caleb Sarong in shot. I don't know. He's not coming on, is he? We're not doing that. Okay. They've removed the mic. All right, guys. Thanks very much for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Remember, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. YouTube, subscribe to us as well, Docker TV. And Monday afternoon, we do the Purple Rain. So get at us on our social media, at Purple Rain 95.
Beautiful.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the Purple Rain 95 on TikTok.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys. Enjoy tomorrow at work. Legends. Just enjoy it. Savor it. just wear a little bit of purple. That's what I'm talking
Purple
about.
rain.
All right. See you guys.
See you later.